their unbeaten record, while for Dundee it was their chance to gain their first win of this new season. Mark Perry started his first game of the season for United, while new signing Ray Farningham was in the Dundee starting lineup for the first time since his move from Partick Thistle. Player-manager Jim Duffy passed the late fitness test to take his place in the Dundee defence. The referee is Andrew Waddle from Edinburgh. The commentator, as usual, Jerry McNee.
United start the first Dundee derby of the season. And a vital match for both clubs, an important spell coming up for United, in fact, because after today they have a midweek match in Europe, in Denmark, the way to Brøndby, and Celtic at Parkhead next Saturday, followed by the League Cup semi-final against Hibs at Tynecastle. And absolutely vital for Dundee this afternoon. They start this game in bottom spot, so they'll want to take something from this match. Well, both sides picking up a number of bookings in the early stages of the new season. 39 between the two clubs. Billy McKinlay running into trouble, but battling for possession. It's picked up now by Jamie McGowan. Still it's McGowan trying to find the opening here. He's blocked by Van der Hoorn. Farningham sends it in. And Ray Farningham with his first start for Dundee, almost giving him the lead. Initially it was Jamie McGowan getting through, and then Farningham following up. And not a bad effort. Duffy said it's mine. Sends it through looking for Farningham. And that's knocked away by Billy McKinlay. Returned by Frail. And the free kick there. Tosh bundled to the ground by Gary Boland. Hyman sent in looking for Dodds there and headed behind by Mark Perry. Well, Dodds looking at the far post, and Perry had no option but to send the ball behind for the corner kick. McEwen's corner. It falls to Farningham. Well, Farningham certainly carrying a threat in the early stages, getting in a few shots at goal, always handily placed on the edge of the area. And firing that one in first time. This is Crabb. Jason Berthel was in there, but referee waving play on. Boland through now for Daly. It's Frail again doing well. Now it's Paul Tosh showing plenty of pace here, trying to get away from Welsh. And it's Van der Hoorn who sends the ball high out of play. They certainly seem to be impeded, but the referee allowing play to go on. And it was Van der Hoorn who stepped in to clear. This is Clark for United. Another misplaced pass. This is Dodds. Played through for Jamie McGowan. Tosh is in the middle, but Van der Hoorn does well to block that one. And the corner kick is awarded. That all began with slack play. And United could well have been punished. So we're midway through the first half. And the corner kick to Dundee again. Patterson moving forward to lend his height to the attack. Into the area he goes. The goalkeeper caught in two minds there. The chance is on for Pittman. Well, a chance for Steve Pittman to open his account for the new season. The corner kick came in, and Alan Main looked a bit unsure. The ball was only partially cleared, and Pittman sent the shot over. This is Farningham for Dundee. Under pressure from Crabb, he gives it away. Frail comes in, and that's Dundee's ball. Well, certainly Dundee giving a better account of themselves this afternoon than their reserves did up the road at Dens Park for the loss by 13 goals to 0 to United. It's a high one played forward by Frail. Clark under a bit of pressure here. And the goalkeeper blocking McGowan's shot, taking it at the second attempt. Well, there seemed no real danger, but John Clark was caught there by McGowan, who reacted quickly, got in the first time shot, and it was blocked by Alan Main. Meanwhile, there's been an incident. And Perry on the ground, and Pittman has been called over, Steve Pittman. And this will be the first booking of the afternoon. So the yellow card is shown to Steve Pittman. Mark Perry has recovered. This is Duffy for Dundee. Through to McEwen. He's caught in possession now by McKinlay. Good play by McKinlay. Well, he tries to go it alone. He had Christian Daly to his left and Andy McLaren to his right. He did well initially. Perhaps he should have used one of his colleagues there, but he decided to have a go and sent the ball wide of target. Now this is Van der Hoorn looking for Gary Boland. That's Christian Daly. Great skills by Daly getting away from Patterson. This is Boland. Perry's in there. The chance on, and Dundee United took the lead, and it's Andy McLaren. 31 minutes gone, and Andy McLaren, in his first derby match, gives United the lead. Well, it was brilliant play out in the left by Christian Daly. He got the ball to Gary Boland. His cross came sweeping right across the penalty area. It was Perry who got in the initial header, and then Andy McLaren in there to finish it off with some style. So his second goal of the season. Pittman playing it through, looking for Paul Tosh, but Welsh quite happy to let that one go behind for the goal kick. McLaren doing well to get the ball through the direction of Daly, and the goalkeeper's picked up the pass back, so that's a free kick. Well, Jim Duffy very unhappy with Paul Mathers, but in fairness to the goalkeeper, Duffy was well inside the penalty area, but I don't think there's much more the keeper could have done there, really. So McLaren playing it short, and it's Boland fired in there, and Steve Pittman it was who got in the block. This is Dodds. It's knocked away by McKinlay. Christian Daly's in there, showing pace, getting away from Pittman, trying the first time, I thought. Well, McLaren was arriving and Scott Crabb was running through in the far side, but he couldn't really wait for them. He decided to have a go. The challenge going in from Perry. This is McKinlay. Playing it through for McLaren. But that was always just a bit pacey for him. It's a minute of injury time. And there in fact goes the half-time whistle. And there's the goal scorer, Andy McLaren. At the end of a perfect move by Dundee United. It all began out on the left. Christian Daly showing tremendous skills against Gary Patterson, beating him on the line. They got the ball to Boland, he sent in the cross. Perry returned it across goal, and now it's McLaren to send the ball into the back of the net. The half-time score here at Tannadice, Dundee United 1, Dundee 0. So there we go for the second half, and Dundee with it all to do. United in fact took 6 points out of 8 last season. That was well handled there by Alan Main. United taking 6 points out of 8 last season after losing the first game. Well, the goalkeeper never looked in any real trouble there. That shot going in from Dodds, but he did handle it well. McLaren having to hold up the ball because Daly had run into an offside position. McLaren showing great pace here. And the goalkeeper responding. This is Bowman. Well, terrific run on the right by young Andy McLaren. Getting away from Dusan Berto and bringing out the save from Paul Mathers. And then Bowman followed up. And this is Tosh, who's looking lively in these early stages, looking for Farningham. Not convincing defending at all there by United, but they get away with it. Well, it's Jeremy McGann stepping in, switching the play to Stephen Frail. And the looking determined. This is Frail doing well to get in the cross. Claims for handball there. The goalkeeper finds at the feet of Billy Dodds. And free kick awarded against Dodds, but it was Frail pushing through. got in the cross. And there was a flame at this point for handball. But referee waved play on, and Alan Main responded. Van der Hoorn, but giving it away. This is Paul Tosh making the challenge. The goalkeeper's got off his line here, but a complete miscue by Stephen Frail. Well, there's a real chance there for Dundee to do something. McEwen had sent in the high ball, which troubled Alan Main as he was challenged by Tosh. And then Frail coming through with the keeper well off his line. The ball wide of target. Dodds trying to stab the ball through, but cleared by Van der Hoorn. And meanwhile, the referee called back the play. And he's awarding a free kick. Again, players getting needlessly involved here. And the referee has had enough. He's calling over Dave Bowman. Looks serious for Dave Bowman. It's a yellow card. He'll have to be careful here. Well, the second yellow card and a red card. Well, an experienced player, no matter how angry he feels or how justified he feels in his actions, really should have known better. And he's put his teammates under a lot of pressure now. That's put through there by McEwen. The goalkeeper's under pressure, and the ball's the back of the net. But the referee has stepped in and disallowed it. And the waddle immediately indicating no goal. The high ball was played right across. That was Jamie McGowan in there, and fouling the goalkeeper. This is Dodds playing away from Welsh and Crabb. That's Fanningham. To Tosh. Billy McKinlay steps in for United, but he's caught there by Adamchuk. It's cleared by Van der Hoorn, only as far as Frail. This is Tosh. The ball takes a deflection. Well, Alan Main almost caught there, but he can still manage a smile. But as the ball was struck, it took a deflection off the defender and almost caught the goalkeeper. Welsh climbs high, finds McKinlay. The break's on here. This is McLaren. He's got Crabb racing through the middle. Played through to Scott Crabb, he chests it down, but the ball knocked away from him at the last moment by Gary McEwen. Scott Crabb going down, and more angry exchanges between Crabb and Frail. The referee again having to step in, but it was Scott Crabb here who tried to get through and taken out of the play by Frail, who seems to think he made a bit of a meal of it. So Welsh comes in, and this is trouble here. Well, claims the ball had crossed the line, but the referee waving play on. The break's on now for Dundee. This is Tosh trying to play it through. Adamchuk does well, he finds Dodds, but the referee has stopped the play. Two United players on the ground. So this was the corner kick coming in. Welsh was in there, the ball dipping dangerously under the crossbar here, and just kept out. This is Tosh to Dodds. Frail's running in support on the right. This is Frail. Taking on Van der Hoorn, getting in a good cross here. And Fanningham denied by the goalkeeper. Well, great play by Frail, getting away from Van der Hoorn, getting in the cross. That was Fanningham on the far side and denied by Alan Main. Patterson with Daly, breaks to Frail. Billy McKinley digs in, this is Boland. Across comes Patterson, that's Dodds. Let's play through to Daly. Good ball. It's Daly taking on Duffy. And Mathers responds well. Still the danger not properly cleared. The keeper's well out of his goal. A chance on here for McLaren. It's headed away by Vertop. Well, United had a real chance here to increase the lead. Good running by Christian Daly, getting right through on the goalkeeper. Jim Duffy coming across to meet him. And Daly deciding to have a go here, but the keeper responding well. Dumchuk getting the touch to Farningham. The chance on here, and well taken by Alan Main from Paul Tosh. So Farningham involved there, getting the ball through to the striker, but there was never really enough in that to trouble the United keeper. United, would imagine, will be quite happy to keep things as tight as possible at the back and in the middle, and hit on the break, down to 10 men. It's a matter of holding out now. Look to Damchuk's in there, he's out jumped though by John Clark. That's Tosh sending in the ball, the header, and just past there from Gary McEwen. So the early cross going in from Tosh, and McEwen not far away. And there goes the final whistle. United win the first derby match of the season, and Ivan Golat's there in his first game in charge of this fixture. Sees his team, reduced to 10 men, take the points. A hard-fought game, often quite scrappy. The final score here at Tannadice, Dundee United 1, Dundee 0.
Yes, 1-0 it finished. 3 yellow cards for Dundee United, including 2 for Dave Bowman, leading to that red card. 2 for Dundee. Later, Jerry spoke to Ivan Golat.
Ivan, obviously you'll be delighted at the result in your first Dundee derby, but what about the performance of your team? Are you happy with that?
Well, it was a great spirit. You know, you won't have many great games among, you know, local teams and in the big derbies. More or less there is a lot of fire and, you know, and a lot of spirit, and I'm more than pleased with attitude with my players today, because as I said, you know, when I came here, we have too much, you know, skill and a physical side. So it was a very, very hard and difficult game for you know, for both teams, which obviously every derby game is. Yeah,
it was very hectic, and when you come down to the dugout, you were getting involved yourself, were you not?
Well, no, not really, no need to. I was part of a big derby, you know, all my life, so I do know the feelings, and I knew exactly what's going to happen down there and on the pitch and even off.
Is anything surprising you about Scottish football?
It's a very quick game, very, very quick game, and quite a lot of physical. Much, as I said, much quicker than on the south. What I want down here, I want us to see, you know, just really put the ball more on the floor and play more football.
Now, you're unbeaten so far, but you've a lot of important games coming up. You've got Europe in midweek, you've got Celtic at Parkhead next Saturday, you've got Hibs in the League Cup semi-final after that. Do you think you have the playing staff to cope?
Well, every of these games was very important. The lads did battle very hard, you know, all the way through, you know, and they got what they deserved. Yes, it's a very, very busy September for us. We got 4 games to go in September, and each of those games is a very special one. Well, that's what we got. We can just probably, you know, go and get 1 or 2 players, international quality players, but they're just keeping me at bay because they're doing very well, and that's one of the reasons why I'm just not diving into the market.
Jerry, one thing's for sure, it was a pretty ill-tempered affair.
Yeah, too many players showed a total disregard for the laws of the game. The discipline was poor, and frankly it wasn't good enough. There was not enough respect for the referee either. But Andy McLaren, he was one of the bright spots in an otherwise disappointing day. And apart from his goal, he did a lot of terrific running.
Yeah, as you say, Jerry, I mean, that was fast and furious, the game, and very little football in it. But Andy McLaren, I thought, did particularly well on the right flank. He showed a willingness to take on defenders and get crosses in. He was one of the few bright spots in the game, football-wise anyway. and he's a pacey little player, and obviously he's a good start to the season, scored a goal yesterday, scored a couple of goals already this season, so things are going well for him just now. That cross there, Scott Crabtree maybe tried that one first time, but he did well.
The youngsters actually showed the way yesterday in terms of discipline. I thought Christian Daly was unlucky to be booked because he gave a terrific performance, and the way he set up the goal, taking on Patterson on the line, getting him the ball, it was terrific.
Yeah, that was a bit of genuine skill, although to be fair here, I mean, he gets it in a really tight situation here, but Patterson, with the D defender, makes it a little bit easy for him and dives in. And a good cross and a terrific first header there by Matt Perry, and McLaren finishes it off nicely. And he's a young player that shows a lot of promise. I mean, he wasn't in the game a huge amount yesterday, a little bit ambitious with that shot. But he's another player that is good at getting in behind defences, and he's not frightened to run at defenders either. And that was just good experience defending there, and a bit of good goalkeeping that stopped him scoring a goal.
Gordon, after his performance, I think Stephen Frail can rightly be disappointed about being in the losing side.
Yeah, well, I think Dundee, in general, maybe a little bit disappointed in being in the losing side, because they maybe deserved something out of the game. In actual fact, Dundee United scored, possibly against the run of play, but Stephen Frail at right back, I thought, was probably the outstanding player on the field. He was very strong and sound defensively, and particularly late on in the game, he got forward and put in a succession of good crosses that maybe Dundee, this is when United are down to 10 men, maybe just a little bit unfortunate not to score a goal.
Jerry, Ray Farningham, his first start with his new club, some game to do it in.
It sure was. I think he can do a good job for Dundee. He gets into good positions on the edge of the area, and he's got goals on him, as he proved at his other clubs.
Yeah, well, he's an attacking midfield player, and it looks as though Jim Duffy's encouraged him to do what he's done with his previous clubs, get forward and get into scoring positions. And as you can see here, he can defend as well. That was a good tackle, although the referee didn't think so. But as we mentioned earlier, just far too much, too many arguments, too many little vendettas going on all over the field yesterday. And as you said, a lack of respect for the referee. I mean, it's difficult enough for referees without players going on the way they did yesterday.
What about Jim Duffy, Gordon? He's a player and he's a manager. He's got his work cut out for him, hasn't he?
Well, I think it's a desperately difficult job, and I think it's one that might take its toll before the end of the season. But unfortunately for Jim, I mean, he can't concentrate on the managerial side, because as we watched him yesterday, he was outstanding, and they can't do without him on the field of play, and obviously he's a big help to people like Gary Patterson alongside him with his organisational qualities.